Hello and welcome to Grown Folk, the new talk show for senior women and those we love and want to take care of. We have a great show for you today. We have a little bit for those of you who have always dreamed or have in that bucket list the notion that you want to become an actor or actress on stage or voiceovers or on broadcast, as in TV or film. We will help you out with that today. Our guests will let you know just how to get started doing that. In addition, we have a discussion about an illness that is fairly widespread, but we're all just learning some about it lately. It's been in the news. Celiac disease has been something we've all read about recently, so we have some information about that. And Linda has something she wants to share with us today.
Well, I was just amazed this weekend when I watched a video of an 80-year-old by the name of Laverne Averett. She had a lifelong dream of jumping out of a parachute. And
out of an airplane.
Jumping out of a helicopter.
Oh.
Parachute jumping.
Parachute jumping.
Parachute jumping. She had to be pushed a little because I guess she got a little scared when it was time. And it was just a horrendous sight, watching her get pushed out of that helicopter, falling out of her harness, going down. And then when she got down there, she safely landed. This video went viral after 1 year. And so in the meanwhile, I guess everybody's had to heal from it because I'm healing myself.
What do you mean by she fell out of her harness? Was she in tandem?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And she was supposed to be in a harness. She fell out of it coming out of the helicopter.
She was slipping out of the harness.
So she still had her parachute
the
on.
guy was there, and the harness, I guess, was in between. But it was just really a sight. And at the end, they asked her if she was going to sue, and she said, "Nope, I signed a waiver." Now that's what I respect about us. We're honest people. Grown folk are honest people, y'all. Keep that honesty.
Yeah, we learned that way back when. Today it's, I stubbed my toe, I'm going to sue somebody.
Isn't that the truth?
It's the society of blame here. Anything that you can blame somebody else, then you do that, not you.
And she was so grateful to be alive. I wouldn't say.
Yeah, so would I.
Well, it was her opportunity to get all the money she needed. And then she said, they asked her, well, do you have any other lifelong dreams? And I was really surprised she did. She does.
Why would she
She wants to drive a race car.
Yes.
Oh my
That seems a little safer to me than...
Well, she sounds like someone that is right up there with our spirit here on Grown Folk.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
She has goals. She has things that she wants to accomplish, and she's going for them.
Yeah, the age doesn't hold her back.
That's
which is
right.
a very good thing.
Yeah.
Age doesn't hold any of us back,
Well,
ladies.
sometimes it does. If you're incapacitated.
Well, that's why we're here. That's why we're here. We want our generation to be wild and lively. Yes, wild and lively. So y'all get up and get with the program.
Well, what do we have to lose, really? I mean,
Exactly.
we've done everything we need to do. We may have a bucket list with a few things left to do.
I have
But why not take chances now and do
Exactly.
something
Now or never.
exciting and wild? What do you have in your bucket list?
I want to learn how to dance the perfect tango before I die.
Oh, the tango.
The
Oh,
tango.
Wouldn't that be fantastic?
it's so sexy and romantic and dark
Yes.
and mysterious.
Oh, so
Yes.
romantic, though. Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have a dream?
And I'll imagine that I'm dancing with William Levy.
Okay, good, yay.
I was so disappointed when he lost. So what is your bucket list? You got one?
Well, not really. I just go with the flow, do what I need to do.
Well, she's only 55.
Yeah,
You know,
she's
bucket lists
still-
aren't
yeah,
that
she's still
important
like-
at
I
55.
know.
Well,
Yeah, they get to be
My
more
bucket
dire
list,
at our
I
age.
am going to go whitewater rafting.
oh, that's
I
really
am
dangerous.
Going, my husband says, no, you're not. You'll break something. I said, no, I'm going to go whitewater rafting, and I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to get wet, and I just have so much
Well, she's a newlywed, so her husband really, really
So yeah, Yeah,
Roosevelt.
he's
Are you going to be wearing
yeah.
a T-shirt as well? Wet T-shirt?
after I, get rid of some of the...
Or in the nude.
No, Lord,
You
no.
know they do that.
Well, I'm not doing that, believe me.
You've never swam nude?
I didn't say swim. I said whitewater rafting.
Oh, so you have swum nude.
Yes, I have.
Have you ever had sex in a pool?
I was very young.
Sex in a pool, Linda? Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
I'm going to
okay.
plead the
Whoa.
fifth.
You've got 20 seconds to tell us about that.
Oh, I'll never tell. Linda, just thought I'd ask.
She opens a
We
can
don't
of
do that.
worms.
We
You
don't
know
do
what?
that.
That reminds me of Steve Martin's. Just a wild and crazy bunch of women.
I remember that. Such fun.
Oh,
Yes.
we are all just.
Bucket list. I don't know what's in my bucket
Yeah, what
list
is?
because I pretty much, when I think of it, I do it. And I
Exactly.
push myself all the time. At 63, I'm sure something will come up. I know what I want to do. When I have my first grandchild,
there she
I
goes
want to
again.
pick up the...
What do you want to pick up?
Am I always hinting about that?
Yes. Your kids are getting
When
the
I have
message.
my first grandchild, I want to pick him or her up and hold her to the moon and say, what did they say on Roots?
I don't know.
Kinte, kunte,
What does that mean?
You are the star of the universe.
Oh my goodness, that's wonderful. And you will really feel that way when you have your first grandchild.
I
It is
think
the
I
most
will.
wonderful
It is.
feeling
I think I
anyone
will.
could ever have.
Well, we have a great show
Yes,
lined
we
up
do.
for you today, so stay with us. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.
Why struggle with debt? If you have any type of debt, call now for your free debt report. We can help. Credit card bills, medical bills, repossessions. Attorneys supported by Morgan Drexen will work to reduce any type of unsecured debt. Call now. This is your opportunity to become debt-free in months with an affordable payment plan. For example, $10,000 in debt programs are now available with a monthly payment as low as $167 per month. Best part, 0 upfront fees. You have nothing to lose except your debt.
No, I'm debt free. Yes, I am. Yeah.
Call now and receive your free debt report and a free legal service catalog to explain how the attorneys can eliminate your debt.
I wouldn't even hesitate to call.
This opportunity may not last. Call now and receive your free debt report and a free legal service catalog.
For your free debt report, call 800-380-2136. That's 800-380-2136.
Welcome back to Grown Folk. We have a very interesting topic that we're going to touch on now. Imagine having symptoms like severe joint pain, fatigue, abdominal bloating and severe pain, arthritis, depression and anxiety. And you go to doctor after doctor, they diagnose several things, they give you prescription after prescription, and it may mitigate some of the symptoms, but you're still not feeling well. And there doesn't seem to be an answer. This is the journey that our next two guests went through. And they did find an answer for them that worked for them, and they're going to discuss that journey with us. So we would like to welcome two grown folk, our mother and daughter team, the beautiful Anne and Shyler Peters. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having
we really are happy to have you here.
Good to see you.
And you found the answer for the symptoms that you were going through. I understand that Shyler in particular, you are extremely sensitive.
I am. I started having problems, you know, as a little kid. I got misdiagnosed for about 10 years before I figured out what was wrong.
And you know, I didn't mention what was wrong. What was wrong?
We both have celiac disease, and we both have completely different symptoms. So I was misdiagnosed several times, and they gave me different kinds of medication to try to make me feel better. And then even after I was diagnosed, I didn't really get the proper information to heal my body. So we kind of started on a journey of educating ourselves on our bodies and what's good for you and healing yourself through food, basically.
So how did you, I mean, your doctor did diagnose you.
Yes, I was diagnosed. They finally did a biopsy of my small intestine and diagnosed me, but I just wasn't, I was still clueless. I still had never heard of celiac disease before. I'd never heard of gluten before. I did not know what it was. I was pretty much told, don't eat wheat. I was thinking, okay.
It was a bigger picture.
You know,
it was much bigger.
Yeah, I've over the last 4 years, I've been learning and reading as much as I can, and really reading the back of all the ingredients of everything that I put in my body, including skincare.
And Anne, you say that you also, even though you were not diagnosed, what started you experimenting?
My blood work came back negative, which there are many false negatives, unfortunately, when you are there's 12 different gluten proteins you can have a problem with, that you can have an autoimmune disease process from. You usually get tested for one. So my blood work came back negative, as many people's do. And yet I had 16 very serious symptoms, and I have been sick off and on for 40 years. So when my daughter and my husband said, you have this disease, I don't care what the blood work says, I decided to go gluten-free, and within 2 weeks, my health started to turn around, and I actually was able to stop 2 prescription medications I had been on for 30 years.
What were some of the symptoms that
Well, for me, I had 5 miscarriages we could never explain.
Oh, wow.
I had digestive and gastrointestinal problems. I was diagnosed with IBS, which, hint, hint, that's usually celiac disease. And so I was on seeing a professional doctor since my early 20s, where I had 2 surgeries. Actually, I had to move, parts of my body. Nobody knew this disease process was going on. I had anxiety, depression, insomnia, which that has cleared up as well. So amazing. Completely different than Shyler symptoms, but yet severe, very severe.
Antiphospholipid syndrome.
Antiphospholipid syndrome is a blood clotting disorder and anemia. Eczema, my eczema is gone.
That's amazing.
So it is amazing. But it's all the symptoms come from your body being malnourished. No nutrients are getting in. So you have a whole host of brain disorders, heart disorders, reproductive disorders, cancer.
So if the nutrients are not getting in, what is preventing the nutrients from getting in?
Basically, when you ingest gluten and you have celiac disease or even a gluten intolerance, the gluten protein attacks the villi of your small intestine, really damaging them and leading to leaky gut syndrome, where your food is not, the villi absorb your food and nutrients. So if those are damaged, they're like fingers, they go like this, and you just don't get any of the nutrients that you need, and it's really painful, and a lot of the things you eat go straight through your intestine into your bloodstream, and you're just not getting any of the nutrients at all, and really damaging that part, which can lead to the cancer.
Yeah. Do you find it easier to recognize right now because of all the things on the package that will tell you what the ingredients? Is that easier to recognize?
We are coming a long way with that. More and more foods are being labeled gluten-free. More big companies are making an effort to put gluten-free on the label if it is. You still have to be careful because the FDA hasn't come a long way with regulating this. So people can label things gluten-free. So you still have to read. Some things will say no gluten ingredients. Some things will say gluten-free but manufactured in a facility that processes gluten, or manufactured on equipment that also processes gluten. So it's kind of blurry right now as far as cross-contamination goes.
But is the medical community looking at this and saying this is a real situation?
It's a real situation. In Europe, you're diagnosed within a month. In the U.S., it takes 6 to 10 years to get diagnosed.
What kind of doctor do you see?
Gastroenterologist is your best doctor to go to, and make sure that they're running the full gamut of tests that you need in order to be diagnosed properly.
You have to be your own advocate.
You have to be your own health advocate. The FDA has given a broad definition of what is gluten-free. No gluten is safe for somebody with a gluten intolerance for celiac disease. So eating real food, nutritious, high-density foods are your best ticket to remaining healthy, and creating a gluten-free environment, meaning skincare, toothpaste, hair care products. Hence, we picked up on this.
And talking about that, I know that, and that's really a wonderful mission that you're on, since you're conquering this now. You and Shyler are developing a product line.
Yes, we are. It's called In the Buff. And it's going to be certified gluten-free, and it is also paraben and phthalate-free. There it is. And we have the products ready. They're ready. We've been working on them for 8 months. They're fabulous, they're natural, they're organic and healthy. You can use them, your teenage daughter can use them. Parabens and phthalates we discussed a little bit. Women just need to be aware that parabens are cancer-causing preservatives and phthalates are solvents.
I hate to jump in right now, but we're out of time.
Okay.
But we thank you so much for all the information, and we're going to take a break right now.
Are you looking to save money? Who isn't? How would you like to get a $40 Visa gift card just for trying our fantastic savings club? Joining Great Fun will give you incredible savings on electronics, as seen on TV items, appliances, home furnishings, and more. And you don't have to sacrifice the brands you love to enjoy great savings. Choose from popular brands like Sony, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Fisher-Price, Dyson, and Panasonic. Plus, you're guaranteed to get the best deal you can find because Great Fun will pay you double the difference if you find a lower advertised price. Call Great Fun now to get your first month's membership for just $1 and receive a $40 Visa gift card. And take advantage of saving as much as $1,200 on grocery items throughout the year. And don't forget, you can keep the $40 Visa gift card as our gift just for trying Great Fun for the first month for only $1. Your life, your choice, and great savings at every turn. Call Great Fun now.
Attention victims of paralysis. If you are a victim of tetraplegia, quadriplegia, or paraplegia, you may need a lawyer to help you get the money you need to get by.
Every year, thousands of Americans are paralyzed in car or truck wrecks or rollovers. Faulty tires fail. Dangerous working conditions lead to nasty falls or other needless tragedies. Don't go it alone. Call the Goldwater Law Firm right now.
Call the Goldwater Law Firm at 800-922-3683.
Welcome back to Grown Folk. You know, many of you have told us that one of the things you've secretly always wanted to do was to step onto the boards, which is an acronym for acting on stage or commercials or film or doing voiceovers, because people have told you for years that you have a fabulous voice. Well, we've brought some people who are expert in helping us get started doing that. There's some great organizations across the U.S. that will help you become actors, but here in Dallas, I think we have the best, and it's called STAGE, S.T.A.G.E. Which means the Society for Theatrical Artists Guidance and Enhancement. And it's my pleasure to introduce to you LisaAnne, the education coordinator for STAGE, sitting 3 chairs over there to my right. Hi, Lisa. There you go. And she has brought with her 2 senior actors by the name of Sylvia Ludke, right here next to me, and David Moffat. And I have actually auditioned with both of these young people here in Dallas before, so I know them well and know their work. Welcome to Grown Folk.
Thank you very much for having me.
LisaAnne, would you please tell us what STAGE is all about?
STAGE is, let's say what it's not first. It's not an agency.
Right.
It is a networking organization. It is a membership organization that provides networking and classes and literature. We've got quite an extensive library in our facility. Scripts, screenplays, CDs, DVDs. We were the benefactor of what I like to call the Lovett collection. Steve Lovett passed away in 2009, and he collected an extensive amount of DVDs and CDs, operas and musicals, and Tarzan in every language that it was ever recorded in.
Wow.
So if you wanted to hear the Cantonese version of Peter Pan, we have it.
Wow. So if I'm an aspiring actor or actress or voiceover talent or whatever.
Get thee to stage.
Get thee to
Get
stage.
thee to stage.
Because you will help me with what?
We will help connect connect you with the teachers who can help you develop the tools that you will need to continue in whatever venue you would like to continue. Theater, television, voiceovers, film. They're all just a little bit different venues, but a lot of our classes and a lot of our instructors all give you the tools that you can use in any direction. There's a lot of basics.
One of the best courses is headshots, resumes, pictures, headshots.
Very important.
And anything else you need to know.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's for the person who knows nothing to come in. Jean teaches this class, and it's very clear what you need to do to get started.
That's Jean Everton?
Jean Everton.
Jean Everton, yeah.
And you had a question?
What is the membership?
An adult membership is $80 normally.
And that's for
an entire
what do you
year.
Get? Okay.
And that just gets you our newsletter, gets you on our mailing list, and it gets our newsletter, which used to be this, if I may just show this very quickly. This is one from 1999. And the best part of this is the tax seminar for actors.
That was a
is
good
this
seminar.
one right
That was
here.
today.
He used he used to teach it, and he still does.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I've really enjoyed looking in as I look in here is here's the current class list back here, and we're still teaching all of these classes, and all of these teachers are still with us. Patricia Ivy, Lynn Metrick, Beth Bontley, Gail Cronauer, Bob Michaels is our voiceover teacher, and I don't want to miss anybody, so I wanted to put them down. Jean Everton, whom we've already spoken of. She's also teaching a scene study class right now that I'm taking. John Davies has come with us, and he teaches a film auditioning workshop. And Sharon Garrison is our newest member, and she likes teaching the younger crowd, the 8 to 16, 8 to 15. Most of our classes are for adults. Most of them are in the evening. Many of them are on weekends. As I said, the $80 is the normal membership, but we offer specials all the time.
I've seen them.
Now, you used to reduce that a little bit if one wanted to volunteer. Do you still do that?
Volunteer hours will reduce your membership renewal.
And when you volunteer, you clean the library?
Come and help with the library. You can, one of the volunteer niches that I would like to start is to have somebody at the desk the first day of every class, so that when the students come in, if they've never been there before, they know they need to sign in, they get a little tour of the building. It's a very small building, granted, and it's 1,900 square feet, we were talking earlier. But it's nice to know where the kitchenette is, where the restrooms are. We have 2 classrooms, a green room, a library, and our 2 offices. And it's just nice to know that you're at home when you're there as a member, and where your coffee comes from.
This is an organization that I highly, highly recommend. I used to be a member a long time ago, not too many years after it was started. And I remember the people that brought it all together and brought it into reality. Friends of mine, Leslie Evans Leach and Dr. Janice Franklin, who's still teaching over at Mountain View College, I believe, in this area, came to Polly Lou Moore. It's coming out of my memory. And the idea came together with the access to money and funds and influence in the neighborhood, and they brought it all together, worked together, and created this great organization. When I first came to Dallas, I went there when I wanted to be an actor, took classes, went into the library and read Variety, which is the newspaper from in the business in LA. I mean, you have everything.
We now have Backstage.
Okay.
And that's the big, I guess, entertainment newsletter that's got all the audition information. And another thing that we do is we receive audition information from all the theaters around town and several independent student filmmakers, some commercials. We get information, and the organizations who are offering these audition information items do not have to be members of Stage to give us that information that we can disseminate to our membership.
Because you have big audition call boards.
We have big audition call boards, but back in 1981, which is when Stage started, that was before computers. And so this Center Stage newspaper came out, I believe it was once a month, because there's a March, April, June. And by the time even back in 1989 when people would hold auditions, apparently according to how was the organization formed, which is right here in front of me in our informational document about stage, they'd find out about auditions too late. So they started a newspaper, and the point of stage was to gather this information and disseminate it in a timely manner. Well, since 1980, of course, 1999 and 2000 came along, and all of a sudden this became antique, and you got this after the fact. So now we send out an email newsletter every day. Every day. We get them every day, and some of them are for auditions, and the others are what they call class notices, which are specifically about the classes that are being floated currently.
Excellent. Sylvia, tell us a little bit about how stage has helped you.
Well, right now, I'm going to audition for something on Saturday, and I can go over there and get the script. I can copy the script. I can sit there and read it, or I can take it away and copy it, or whatever. I can copy it, the machine there. I've had auditions there when I had to put myself on tape. I have gone over there and they put me on tape. They send it out, It's just the greatest place, and it's the most important thing to me is networking there.
So does your facilities are free to members, the copier and the computer and things like that?
No, we pay for that, but I don't mind paying for it.
So that's extra?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it is a Wi-Fi hotspot if you bring a computer in, but again, in the 80s, it was like, stage was like a coffee shop. Stage was like Starbucks. But
I really hate to butt in here, but David, we didn't even get a chance to talk to you. And unfortunately, we're going to cut away to a commercial break right now, but we'll be right back.
Why struggle with debt? If you have any type of debt, call now for your free debt report. We can help. Credit card bills, medical bills, repossessions. Attorneys supported by Morgan Drexen will work to reduce any type of unsecured debt. Call now. This is your opportunity to become debt-free in months with an affordable payment plan. For example, $10,000 in debt programs are now available with a monthly payment as low as $167 per month. Best part, 0 upfront fees. You have nothing to lose except your debt.
No, I'm debt-free. Yes, I am. Yeah.
Call now and receive your free debt report and a free legal service catalog to explain how the attorneys can eliminate your debt.
I wouldn't even hesitate to call.
This opportunity may not last. Call now and receive your free debt report and a free legal service catalog.
For your free debt report, call 800-380-2136. That's 800-380-2136.
Welcome back to Grown Folk. Well, that's our show for today, and we just wanted to let you know that we have a new series coming up called Unfinished Business. So if you have a grudge or a little bit of anger or some sadness or something left over from something that's happened to you in your life, we'll have some experts coming in to help us sort of work through that, understand it, unravel it, and then throw it away. So you can move on with your life, right?
Sounds good to me.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Go to our website, grownfolk.info. All our guest information, you'll find it there. See you next week.